Ouch. I have
booty pain.
Booty pain when I read this title.
Booty pain.
The Day I Broke My Ass by Markiplier. This is an animated thing that he put out here just a few days ago, and when I saw it, I was like, dude, this is something that Nikki and I can both relate to.
I was gonna
We've
say.
both had moments in our lives where catastrophe has happened and we have landed flat on our asses.
Yeah, our hind ends got it. Yeah. What happened to you?
Everything ever, like skateboarding, football, wrestling.
What is it? Check. What is it? You get credit card.
Oh, credit card. Yeah. Yeah, that's when the board...
Checking account.
That's when the board kind of is on its tail end and goes right between your legs.
But it still can go.
It can dominate that whole area. Yeah, it's usually a bad situation all the way around.
Yes.
So,
I have also had issues with breaking my ass. The first time that I ever went to a roller derby practice, I had not skated in like 15 years. And you're supposed to fall forward with your protective gear. And my natural instinct was to go backwards. And I fell right on my tailbone. And let me tell you, I didn't move for like 7 days.
Yeah, you were really wrecked. I remember when that happened. It was
so painful.
Catastrophic for Nikki.
Yes.
And we lived up the stairs too, so you were just like, oh, you
there
called
were like
me.
3 sets of stairs.
I need your help. I need you to come help me. I had to come help you get your stuff.
You drew me a bath with plenty of Epsom salt.
I'm the best, right? I'm just so great. But I saw this video and I was thinking this has to do with like some spicy food or some kind of accident or something.
Yeah.
But The Day I Broke My Ass by Markiplier.
I didn't think about spicy food, but yeah.
A little cartoon, like a little animated thing here.
I'm
so
interested. I love the animated stuff.
Me too.
So it's freshman year. I wanted to do like an activity. What I tried to do was parkour. And it was like supposed to be a quote unquote beginner parkour thing. I showed up at the place and we met in the parking garage. And it was me and 3 other dudes. And one of them had done parkour, maybe. And the other 3 of us were just like complete newbies getting in there and just trying to have an adventure. We were jumping around the 4th level of the parking garage. And so we were leaping around there, we were jumping around. We would go like over the edge with like 50 feet below us, and we would just like dance around there for a little bit. And so we actually end up like dropping down 2 floors anyway but the stairs or the ramp inside, so like crawling around the building outside. And I don't die at this point. But we get down to the 2nd level, and it's time to drop from the 2nd story and do a sweet tuck and roll into this little grass patch. So the first guy goes, and he goes like drop and tuck and roll, and it's perfect, and he's fine. And then the 2nd guy goes, and he manages to do it, a tuck and roll.
So
and
dangerous.
It's at this point that I realized they assumed I knew how to do a tuck and roll, which I had never done in my life. So there I am, hanging off by one hand from the 2nd story ledge of a concrete parking garage, looking at a tiny patch of grass that I'm supposed to hit. And in my head, I'm like, it can't be that hard. And so they're all giving me encouraging words. They're like, you can do it! And I'm like, I got this. I got this. And so I drop. And I landed from the 2nd story straight onto my ass. Like 100% full on into my ass. I felt something pop. Weirdly no pain, but like this stunned thing where you're like on the ground like, am I dead? Am I dead? And like weirdly enough, I seemed totally fine. I wasn't, by the way. I want to mention, I was not okay. And then the guy behind me is about to go. And he drops, and instead of falling on his ass, he fell on his face.
Oh no.
Like his legs hit, he went forward, he did not roll. Right into his face and chest hit the ground. Jesus. And you just hear him go, like,
oh, God.
Like just all the wind dropped out of him, and he's desperately like on the ground trying to get a sucking breath. So, you know, after a while, we're just standing there, we're looking at this guy dying on the ground, and we're like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? But he gets up, like he gets up and he plays it off like, I'm fine, but clearly his ribs are broken. Like straight up, his ribs are broken. God. And so he gets up. He's like, I think I'm good for today, guys. I'm gonna go lay down. So it's like he stumbles off, and we're watching him. We watch him walk away for like 5 minutes. So we're watching him stumble away. About the time he disappears out of view behind, those hills. Like we look at each other, we're like, all right, let's keep going, guys. Just like,
what the hell?
So we go over to this building. We get to the roof. We hear sirens when we're up on the roof. For some reason in our brain, we're like, they're coming for us. They found out. We went into the forbidden zone. Shit. And like, we're like, they're gonna get us on this roof. We've committed horrible crimes. So we all panic, right? So we panic and we run off. And then again, they drop down from this second-story ledge onto this grassy part. So I find myself once again hanging by one hand from a second-story ledge, looking down. But in my mind at this moment, I'm like, okay, I went backwards that last time. I'll go forwards this time. I know what my mistake was. And so I drop, and I'm like, forward, forward, forward. I saw them roll on like their shoulder. And so my legs hit the ground. I go forward, and I put 100% of my weight right onto my shoulder, and I don't move. And it's just like I hit the ground, my shoulder just.
Well, thank God you did it the right way that time.
Yeah, thank God you rolled forward, saved it.
I am down there for a while. And I'm like, I'm okay. And I look up, and they're gone.
What?
They taught you, didn't they?
They freaking destroyed my body and then bail.
Wow.
I think the only way that could be better at all is if you look up and there's like two cops just standing there. Just like, we know where you were. That's the forbidden roof.
I hope they lost their parkour teaching license after this.
Okay, we've both done some pretty dangerous things. You are a professional wrestler. I used to do roller derby. And people could say that's really stupid.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It kind of is. But I would never hang off of a 4-story or 2-story or whatever.
Parkour shit is awesome.
So stupid.
People who do that shit are amazing. It's pretty epic. But like,
to be good at something, you kind of have to suck at it first. And if you suck, then like the potential for you getting really hurt. Yeah. I don't know if it's worth learning.
Well, that's what makes you learn quicker. Knowing what fucking hurts helps. Look, skateboarding, the first like 3 or 4 months was filled with non-stop pain. Yeah. Same for wrestling. The first 3 or 4 months, and still is at times, just filled with non-stop pain.
You don't think derby wasn't?
Oh, I know. I'm just saying a lot of these things, so it's not much different than that.
Yeah, but like, is it worth it? To me, absolutely not.
Maybe
Would
not
it
that
be
one,
cool
but
to be
derby
like,
was
yo,
and wrestling is
I'm
for
like
me,
Spider-Man and I can jump this fucking building. That would be rad. But the one time that you mess up, you are f***ed.
I mean, it can be.
That's
you can
just
save it
not...
at times. I mean, the same can be said for like rock climbers that don't use gear and shit like that. There's just epic shit that people do. I do think that it's funny though that like he fucked himself up and then tried it again.
Tried the exact same thing.
Well, no, he tried to do
He tried the exact same thing.
The method of not asking the dudes, how do you do this properly? That's the thing that people mess up with in parkour and all these extreme sports and different sports is like, if you're not good, you will get hurt and you may hurt somebody else. But also, like, if there are people who are good, you gotta ask to learn. Like, you gotta ask people to show you shit.
I have always been that person. I would rather be annoying and ask you too many questions than to not ask you the vital, important things that I need to know.
The best thing you can do in a situation like that, if you're interested and you're trying to learn, is ask. to make sure you don't fuck yourself up.
Yeah, and if they like give you some kind of attitude about it, then just like go somewhere else.
Yeah,
and
there'll be
learn.
other
Fuck
places
them.
to learn for sure.
Anyway.
But interesting story, Markiplier.
Can't believe they just
Funny as
left.
hell. He got ditched.
I can't believe they just let that guy who broke his ribs be like, "Oh yeah,
Waddle
I'm fine.
on into
No,
the distance.
get in my car. I'm taking you to the ER."
Rough hooligan. He was probably like, "No, I'm good."
And I would be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, are you?"
Shit. But yeah, great stuff. Markiplier's, I think that's part of his podcast or something
Oh,
that was
interesting.
animated. So
I
very
love
cool
animated
stuff.
stuff.
I enjoyed that too. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you could always subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, you give us a like.
You could even give us recommendations for things you want to see us react to in the future.
For sure. You can do that down in the comments below. You can do that on our Discord, or if you are a patron on our Patreon, you can do that there in the comments. And all of the links to that will be in the description.
That's right. If you like live streams, we live stream every Monday and Thursday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We also do live reactions on Twitch exclusives that we then turn into these YouTube videos that you see, like this one here. And you can join in on that fun at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch every Thursday.
Yes.
We would love to see you there. But for this one, I think that's going to do it.
See you guys.